Good morning, hoboqua. It is Tuesday, November 9th, 2021, and per usual, we are happy to be sharing the practice with you and happy to have you sharing your practice with us. Today, we're going to be very gently isolating our core as we release unwanted tension from the hips, awakening the hamstrings, glutes, and back muscles. Plus, we're adding a new tool to our morning toolbox with the addition of a new prop, the resistance band. Please roll out your mat, grab your blocks, your bolster, your meditation cushions or pillows, your blanket, and a resistance band. If you do not have a resistance band, absolutely no worries. You can substitute with a yoga strap. When you are ready, arrange yourself in the supine posture, supported Shavasana. Allow the knees to rest over the bolster, supporting the thoracic cavity, neck, and cranium with your meditation pillows or blocks. Close the eyes as the arms fall to the side, palms face the sky as the body melts into the earth. Give attention to the breath, inhaling as the cool air flows into the nostrils, invigorating the body, exhaling as the warm air flows out of the nostrils, calming and rejuvenating the body. Continuing at your own pace with the 3-part Dirga breath, inflating the belly, expanding the ribs, and lifting the chest, dropping the chest, contracting the ribs, and deflating the body. Dropping the chest, contracting the ribs, and deflating the belly. As you give attention to the breath, set an intention for this morning's practice. Allowing the body to melt into the earth and letting go of any thoughts that do not serve. Bringing the hands to the neck as you roll up the spine, rearranging your props so that the bolster finds the midline of the mat and the neck and head remain supported by your blanket, meditation cushion, or your blocks. Taking supported Setu Bandhasana, Sarvangasana. Allowing the elbows to rest directly beneath the shoulders at a 90-degree angle as the forearms melt into the earth. Legs extended, feeling the stretch through the front side of the body. Maintaining awareness of the breath. Noticing any sensations, any tightness you may have in the hips or the chest. Bringing the bottoms of the feet to meet the earth. Crossing the left ankle over the right thigh, pulling the thighs into the belly. Supine Pigeon. Maintaining the breath as you enjoy the stretch through the glute muscles, the hamstrings, and the lower back. Increasing the intensity the closer the thigh meets the belly. Releasing the right foot to the floor, this time crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Allowing the hands to hug the underside of the left hamstring, pulling the thigh to meet the belly. Engaging the core as you maintain your balance on the bolster. On the next exhale, releasing the left foot to the floor, rolling up the spine, reaching for a block as you place it between the thighs. Rolling down the spine, readjusting yourself on the bolster. Then pulling the thighs directly over the hips, allowing the arms to rise directly over the shoulders, and reverse Barmanasana, mimicking dead bug as we allow the arms, the hands, and the wrists to relax, maintaining engagement through the core as we balance on the bolster, and engagement through the inner thighs as we hug the block. Feeling the work of the transverse abdominis. Begin circling through the knees. Micro movements, engaging the lower abdominals. Rotating in opposite direction. Then allowing the knees to rest over the hips as you remove the block and set it to the side. Inhaling arms over the shoulders as we extend opposite arm and opposite leg. Inhale as we extend, exhale, returning to neutral. This time extending the leg, lifting with extension. On the next extension, noting the return to a bent knee. So that we're alternating about every 4 or 5 extensions between a fully extended leg or fully lengthened leg and a leg that returns with 90-degree angle bend through the knee. You may also feel a difference in the intensities. Lengthening the leg increases the intensity, as it requires a bit more strength through the lower abdominals. However, balancing on the bolster engages the entire core, and in doing so provides us more support through the lower back, but also more work through the abdominal muscles. So you're hitting the transverse abdominis, the obliques, the upper abdominals, middle abdominals, and lower abdominals. Pulling the knees to the thighs, releasing any tension. And then allowing the feet to return to the earth as we remove the bolster from the mat. Taking upright staff pose, reaching for the resistance band. And ensuring that if you'd like a softer seat, this is the time you may reach for a blanket or reach for a meditation cushion. Increasing the height between the sits bones and the earth sometimes also gives you more accessibility. So if your hamstrings are feeling a little tighter this morning, this may be a good option for you. Once you're comfortable, you're going to reach for the resistance band, beginning to flex the left toes, alternating between flexing and extending, feeling the stretch through the shin, along the tibia. We're going to move for about 15 counts before we switch, taking a lateral flexion, so the foot is turning inward toward the right ankle, then taking a lateral extension, so the foot is moving toward the outer edge of the mat. Easing into some ankle circles, circling about 15 times to the right and then 15 times to the left. Noticing how the resistance of the band is just enough to stretch through those tendons and ligaments that help support the ankle, but also run along the side of the leg into the knee. And so what we have is a very accessible, very low intensity stretch through the fascia, which is really, really beautiful for those legs. Taking the same sequence on the right side, alternating between flexion and point, or flexion and extension. Again, lateral flexion and lateral extension through the ankle is going to be a very small movement. And if you're somebody who has very weak ankles, it may even seem like you have no movement at all. Of course, if you're opting with a yoga strap this morning, this is going to feel a bit different because the strap most likely doesn't have the elasticity that the resistance band has. So there are two key elements of this stretch that make it super beneficial for the legs and for the ankles and even for the feet, and that is one, the resistance through the band, but then also the elasticity of the band, because it really allows for the body to move in a way that is comfortable. And as long as you have tension on the excess that you hold in the hand, it becomes a very controlled and stable movement. When you're finished, setting the resistance band to the side, extending the legs toward the bottom of the mat as we reach for the bolster and allow it to sit on top of the legs, zipping through the midline as we take supported Pashumu Tanasana. Arranging the bolsters or the pillows in any way that feel most comfortable, feeling the stretch along the spine. Inhaling as the arms rise, exhaling, interlocking the fingers and placing them behind the head. As we exhale to twist to the right and take a small crunch toward the bolster. Rotating as we exhale to twist, inhale to rise, and allowing the bolster to be a welcome obstruction. And so we're not looking for the individual who can bend the farthest out of the hip over the bolster. We're simply looking for a small micro movement, including flexibility through the spine, and then also engaging the oblique through the core. So again, we've got full engagement of the transverse abdominis as you're sitting upright, supporting the torso, rotating from left to right, but then you also have the engagement of the obliques as you take that twist one step further, bending over the bolster. When you're ready, pause at center, allowing the exhale to lead you into lateral flexion, alternating between the right and the left. This should feel similar to standing crescent. On the next exhale, releasing the posture, this time taking supported bridge or supported Setu Bandhasana, inviting a block or cushion under the lower back, then removing the cushion and setting it to the side. As you extend the legs along the mat to release any tension in the lower back, and then pulling the thighs into the belly, taking small circles through the knees, giving a light massage to the lower lumbar, releasing any final tensions that you may have through the gluteus, through those lower back muscles, maybe even the hips. When you're ready, allowing the feet to find the mat, windshield wipering the legs or windshield wipering the knees from side to side. Feeling the additional release through the hip flexors. Then returning to our supine pigeon, this time with the midsection relaxed, allowing the left ankle to find the right thigh, pulling the thigh to the belly. Give your awareness to the lower lumbar as you attempt to press that lower lumbar into the earth, really feeling the elongation of the spine from tailbone to the crown, but also increasing the intensity of the stretch as you feel the gluteus through the maximus, the medius, and the minimus trickle right into that hamstring head. Engaging a small spinal twist as you allow the left foot to fall to the right, extending the left arm along the floor and allowing the gaze to fall over the left shoulder. Keeping the right knee bent so you really feel an isolated stretch through the fascia, through the glutes, possibly even through the obliques, depending how tight or how flexible you are, will impact where you feel the stretch light up in your body. But notice those sensations. Notice how the sensations may be different or similar to the way they felt at the beginning of the class. Remembering to breathe and returning the right foot to center as we switch, bringing the right ankle to the left thigh, again pulling that thigh into the belly, and really giving awareness to the lower lumbar as you conscientiously press that lower lumbar into the earth. Again, elongating the spine from tailbone to crown, maximizing the stretch through the lower back, into the gluteus or the gluteal muscles, and into that hamstring head. Inhaling through the nose and slowly exhaling. Exhaling the right foot to the earth as we take spinal twist to the left. Inviting the gaze to a comfortable space over the left or over the right shoulder, whichever best serves the practice. Allowing the left hand to rest on the thigh. Ensuring the shoulders remain grounded into the earth. Inhaling through the nose and slowly exhaling. Releasing the posture, pulling both thighs to meet the belly, taking small hip circles through the knees, releasing any final tensions remaining in the lower lumbar. Massaging the lower back, remembering to breathe. Allowing the feet to find the earth, rolling to the left side as you ground through the hand, preparing for our final posture. Another variation on supported Shavasana. Inviting a block, pillow, bolster, or meditation cushion to support the thoracic cavity. Taking care that the prop is placed just below the shoulder blades. So you're really feeling the stretch out of the rib cage and through the chest. Allowing the head to be supported with a block. Allowing the feet to remain extended and the arms to fall to the side. Reflecting on the intention you set for today's practice as we engage one round of the peace sound vibration Om. Inhaling through the nose. Inviting kind words, kind thoughts, and kind actions toward positive intentions. May the light in me honor and shine with the light in you. Share the awareness, share the grace, share the intention. Namaste.